Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Red Cheating Stories. My name is Shada Abbasi. And you guys are looking for the story of Jake, who was in love with the girl whose name was Emma. But before moving towards the story, if you guys haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please go ahead. Press the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma was a lingerie model. Jake says because he had a beautiful and toned body. I am in love with her about her body. She's quite fit and that is a good thing indeed. But she's a beauty with brain and that's what I love about her. We work in the same magazine and I'm a professional photographer and she is a model. So we became friends at first and then one day we got attracted to each other. But one thing is so strange that she's so beautiful, young and sexy, but still she is single. And when we were together, she was worried and I asked her what happened to you. Are you okay? She said I'm scared of making love. The very next morning, I was unable to control my laughter and said that who is afraid to have physical relationship? Nowadays, I must say that one who has not done it before. I looked at her in surprise and I could not believe if she's a still virgin. She said yes, because I'm not very good at trusting others though. I am a lingerie model. It doesn't mean that I'm a slut. She was looking very sad and I immediately hugged her and said this was not my intention. I was just shocked. We were together for the whole night. And in the morning, I asked her then why you trust me. She said because my heart said that you are a good man. At that moment, I was in love with her, with all my heart and soul. It's not about attraction or physical love. Now, it's about love. And I know that she was feeling the same. I was so happy that I found love and now we were in a relationship, and having good time, romantic dates, soulful nights, blissful moments and making good memories together. One day I asked her to marry me and she said, yes, I was on top of the world and was very happy about my decision. But there's one huge problem. What I forgot about was my mother who raised me in a very difficult time when there was no one with her and I promised her that I would tell her about the biggest decision of my life. That was marriage. I must say that she, was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. She took a little bit more interest in my life. Like no normal mother do because he's so obsessed with me and she wants me to tell her everything that I do in my life. She was also against my profession. But I said to her that it is my passion and I have to follow it. She was very paranoid about many things in the society and sometimes it irritates me, but I have to control myself because she's my mother who sacrificed many things for me. She was quite young when my father left her, but she didn't marry another man because of me. And for my future was a huge sacrifice for her. And I have to respect it. She was an Arab. We lived in New York, but she still hadn't forgotten the traditions and culture. She left her homeland for my father, left everything. But my father cheated on her for an American woman after a year and a half of marriage. And then instead of apologizing to her, he brought her to the point of divorce and left and I was in my mother's womb. That's why she did not trust anyone. She was still living in New York because of me. Otherwise she would have gone back. So I had a lot of feelings for her. It was quite difficult for me to tell her and then Emma's work. My mother never agreed that I should marry a model. It was my life. I could do what I wanted but I didn't want to break her heart and maybe I could not do what I wanted without hurting her. But I thought I'd talk to her and see what her reaction would be after all. She's my mom and she loves me a lot. I thought I wouldn't tell any lies because lies have to be remembered. And my mother was quite a skeptic too. I told about her to Emma. She was also worried that if she doesn't agree, won't you marry me? I said, what are you talking about my soul? I can't leave you now. You are my soul. But this is true. You know that I was so worried, I'm a family man. I can't hurt loved ones. I want to protect them to make them happy. This is what I want. I thought about talking to my mother and then I talked to her when she heard that my wife is a model. She said directly that you will marry a girl who is a model. What about her family customs? I want to tell her that your family has customs, but I said there is no such thing. She is a very good girl. Don't worry. She said that whether she's a good girl or a bad one, the people of the world will think it is bad for her. If all of this happens, it's your life, but it does happen to us. I wanted to marry you with a hijabi girl. A girl who hides her body, not for the girl who earns money by showing her body. I said it's not good to judge people by their work. She's a very nice girl. I want to marry her, and that this understanding means that you both have crossed the last line with each other. What else can you understand about a girl who had a physical relationship with you before marriage? But here all this is normal for your people. What will you think about these things? Now, if you like the girl, at least I must see her, said, thank you very much. My mother said that I did not say yes, but I did not care about my mother here. She had done a lot for me. That's why I was doing all this. But my final decision was that I had to marry Emma. The next day I told her that if she wants to meet my mother, then she should wear some decent clothes. She said, okay, I can understand that. She didn't mind this. She was sitting opposite each other. We were meeting in a hotel. I took a public place, and called my mother so that she wouldn't say anything like that. I was surprised. My mother told her, how many boys have you been able to have a relationship with before? My son. She was surprised. He said it's all normal. And I said I have told your son too that I was not in a relationship with anyone. I'm not that kind of a girl. I do my job because I love it and I can't do anything else. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get into a relationship with someone. I love your son because he loves me. My mother said, look how her tongue is moving, and she is telling such a big lie. My mother had started the conversation in such a way that there was no space left. I could not even say that my mother was joking on that. Her way of speaking was like that. Emma looked at me. She was very worried and was explaining to her that nothing was going to go well. And I was feeling the same way. My mother said that, hey, look, if I were my son, I would never have selected a girl like you, for marriage. But my son has a bad mind. He's crazy. You have made him crazy by showing your body. He will marry you. Don't worry. But I'm not happy with him at all. I will not even come to this wedding. That's why I wish you guys happy marriage. I will stay here for 1 year after that. Your heart will be full. So you will leave him and go with someone else. You will spend 3 months on honeymoon, 3 months you will spend showing your body to him. And after that 3 or 4 months, for fighting, I put my hand on my mother's hand and said, what kind of things are you talking about? Mother? Please be considerate. My mother shook my hand and said you are already with her. Then why did you call me here when you liked each other? Slept with each other? Shared a bed and had physical relationship? Then what was the need for me? Go and get married? I have no need to come to the wedding. My mother got angry and got up and left. Emma also held her head, and I was also surprised. Instead of getting better, the marriage just got worse. She was very worried about leaving her. So I told her that you don't worry, I will marry you. We just prepare for marriage. I will try to convince my mother. If she agrees, then, okay, if not, then we will get married without her consent for her sake. This is all very serious, but it's not a big deal. It's my life and only I have the right to make the final decision about it. We started preparing for the wedding and my mother did not say anything about it when we were a week into the marriage. My mother suddenly came to our house one day. I and Emma used to live in my house because we were going to spend the whole life together. Right. She used to live in a rented flat before that. And I had my own house. So she was asked to pay the rent. That's why I asked her to live with me and forget about the rent, because it is not easy for her to pay the rent every month. Now, she is my responsibility and we are becoming husband and wife after 2 days. And it's not a big deal for me to handle her expenses. You know, we were surprised to see my mother at my doorstep. She said that I realized my mistake. Forgive me. You are getting married and I'm not a part of your marriage. How can this be possible? I am your mother. You are my family and I'm your only family. A mother should be present at her son's wedding. I was very happy and thought that my mother realized her mistake. She also apologized to Emma and she immediately forgave her after that. She started living in her house. She said that you guys should get married. We were happy from there. One day I went to the office and when I came back, I saw that my fiancé was unconscious. I said, "What happened to you?" Then she said, "I don't know, I had eaten," and after that, "I don't know what happened to me." Said, "What time did you eat?" And she said, 2 o'clock. Said that it is 8 o'clock. Now, how long have you been sleeping? She said that maybe I fell asleep because we have been awake for so many days. I used to get very tired, shopping, etc. You know, the wedding day is approaching. Before the wedding, we had a party to which all of our friends came. We were all happy. We were starting our happy life. You know, I was also very happy with my mother. I love her. There was no complaint that now she had completely changed and was taking great care of us and making all the wedding preparations. But on the day of our wedding in the morning, I received some pictures from a WhatsApp number that I was shocked to see. These pictures were of Emma, and in these pictures, he was lying on the bed with a boy in a very sexy position. They were both in each other's arms and they were not wearing any clothes. At first, I was shocked and then I got angry that she is lying to me after a while. I also got a message from this boy and he said that the girl who wants to marry you has been my girlfriend for 3 years and we crossed all limits after that. We broke up and now she's marrying you. But I heard that she told you that she had no one in her life before. How can you believe such a beautiful girl? And how can this happen? Well, I also know that she has a birthmark above her back. Shocked because there was indeed a birthmark on my fan's back. And that was only something that just I saw, you know, because I was the only one who saw her in cloth. I thought that I should do. I don't know what I should do. Told my mother. She was also surprised. She said, "Don't be mad. My son," and forgiving her. I said, "What are you talking about? I can't forgive her. She's a liar. She was lying to me and now she's cheating on me. I can't spend my whole life with a liar. I'm sorry. This girl has nothing to do with me." My mother is still convincing me that everything will be fine. I said, "What are you talking about? I will not marry her," and I cancelled the marriage, you know, and when I cancelled the marriage, Emma was shocked and I told her to leave this house too. I told her that you cheated on me. I will never forgive you. You lied to me. If you would have told me the truth, maybe I wouldn't have had a problem, but you lied to me and proved that you are a cheating person and you can cheat on me even after marriage. So I don't want to be with you." She looked at my mother and didn't say anything. She left from there quietly. My mother said that if it was not true, she would have said something means that everything is true. She left there and 2 months passed. When one day I was surprised to see a scene. The boy I saw in the picture with Emma was my mother's sister's son who had come from another. My mother's sister had a son. Then how he be with my fiancé? Told my mother that I saw this boy with you and you tell me what is the matter. My mother was shocked, you know. And then she told me the whole thing. The day I saw Emma fainted that day, my mother fainted her and she called her nephew and made her naked and take her pictures with the boy in bed. Then gave him money and told him to send these pictures to me. And I told all the lies because he came here to study and he needed money a lot. Everything was done by my mother. Then I will not marry this girl. I was shocked. And I said that from today, I have no mother because I had no hope from you at all. Said forgive me and that girl anyway. Now go on. I said I will find her anywhere and marry her, but I will never see your face again. I was in a lot of trouble. I was very worried. I was very embarrassed. I somehow found Emma and it took me 3 months. But when I found her, I told her everything, she immediately forgave me. And after that I told her that we will get married today. Now, she is my wife and I am just living with her and I have no relationship with my mother. She wanted to ruin my life. She could have made me happy. How can I believe that she cares about me? She didn't care about me. She only cared about her customs. So I was made to feel that I wasn't important to her. I did not talk to her again if she needs money. So I will help, but I will never allow her to interfere in my personal life. I will not put on my